Thank you for viewing our video on the new Manage Users area. In order to gain access to the Manage Users area, you do have to have administrator rights. Under the Administration drop-down, you will see the item for Manage Users. You want to click to add and edit users. When you're in the new Manage Users area, you're going to be able to see in the grid your users' information and areas such as email address, manager information, if they are an authorized or unauthorized user, if they have Sherpa Go access, the security level, territory type, and their save and open paths. Each of these columns are filterable in each area. To add a new user, you can click the green plus button to add a user. It'll open up a new form, and anything with the asterisks are required fields. The username is going to be the user's Compass username that they will use when they log into Compass. Now, this is not going to be populated onto any of the proposals. This is just the username that they will use to log in. Please note that once you save this user and the username, you will not be able to edit that username. You can add in their first and last name. Now, this is what will populate onto their proposals. Their passwords are required to be entered upon logging into Sherpa. There is no alpha or numeric password requirements. Now, you can see the password by clicking the box on the right, and it'll open up the password field. The verified password is going to allow you to re-enter that password. Enter in their title, email address, that ERP ID number. Now, this is if you're using the link to eAutomate, you're going to put in their ERP number. Put in their phone contact information, their security level using the drop-down, their manager using the drop-down as well. And for authorized, you want to check the box if this current user is going to be authorized to use the product. They will be counted towards your user license. You can view how many user licenses you have available and what have been used up in the top section of the Manage Users area. You can also view how many Sherpa Go licenses are used and how many are available. If this box is unchecked, this will prevent the user from any future use of the product. They also will not be counted towards your user license. Sherpa Go, if you have this box checked, will note that this user has access to Sherpa Go and will be counted towards a user license. If it is unchecked, they will not have access to Sherpa Go and will not be used towards a user license. Password reset, if you check that box, it will prompt the user to reset their password the next time that they log into Sherpa. In the Generals tab, you're going to see a couple of different checkboxes. The first checkbox is Edit Completed Activities. If you have this checked, this will give the user the ability to edit activities that have been completed in the Activities area. Now, the status and date created fields will not be editable. If this is unchecked, activity notes can still be edited unless you check the box for locked, closed activity notes here in the next box, the checkbox. Now, for locked closed activity notes, if you do have this checked, This locks the activity notes field from being edited after completed. Now, this only locks the activity notes field. Allow evolved campaign. If this is checked, this will allow the use of the evolved campaign for this specific user. Allow Outlook Sync. This will give the user the option to use the automatic Outlook Sync module. No account approval needed. This is if you are using the account approval module, the user can enter accounts without waiting for approval. Can approve accounts. If you do have the account approval module turned on, if this is checked, this user has authority to approve accounts that have been added or imported into your database. Sherpa Navigator access. If this is checked, the user has the ability to access Sherpa Navigator from the Reports menu dropdown. Now for Sherpa Navigator filter only, this is going to only allow the user to have access to the filter area in Sherpa Navigator. And allow reassignment of orders. If this box is checked, in the order processing module, this user can reassign orders to other reps in the orders queue stage. Allow activity batch edit. This is going to allow the user to batch edit activities in the activities area. For territory type, this is where you're going to choose what type of territory you are going to assign this user tool. You can see in the drop-down your options that are available. And regions available to the user, this is where you're going to assign this user to a region. You would simply click that region name. It will automatically populate in the lower box and assign the region to the user. If you need to unassign that region to a user, simply click that name. It will pop back up to the top box. Over on the lower left section, we have equipment pricing information. This is where you can decide which manufacturers and sales service pricing that you're going to allow this user access to. If you choose to give them access to sell all manufacturers, you're going to click the box up on the top section. If you're going to give them access to use all special pricing levels, you can check the box on the top section. Now, Supplies Network tab. If you are using the Supplies Network MPS Select CPI Cost Per Image service, you can set those program options in this tab by checking the boxes. The default file paths, this is going to be where you're going to notate that template open path and the template save path. You can manually type in these areas to put that path field, or you can select the gray box on the right to browse to that location. Once you've selected your folder, you will click the OK button. Once all of the information has been added, you can click the Submit button. To edit a user, you want to highlight the user and click the Edit User button on the top toolbar. This will allow you to edit any user information and click the Submit button. To delete a user, again, you want to highlight that user and click on the Delete User button. A screen will appear asking you to confirm that deletion. You would then say yes. Now please notate when you are deleting users to make sure that you've transferred all of those users' accounts and activities through our Transfer Account feature. You can also select to bulk edit in the Manage Users area. This will allow you to bulk edit with all your users listed on the left and the different bulk edit options you have on the right. By clicking the Generals button, this will allow you to do a general bulk edit. Select your users on the left, click the General button, and this will allow you to bulk edit their security level, their manager, and these additional settings: authorized, Sherpa Go, and a password reset. If I needed to edit my security level, I will click the Edit button, make my changes by selecting the option. For a manager, I can choose to edit that manager field. Once I've made my changes, I can click the Save button. I also have the ability to also bulk edit for equipment pricing. By selecting the manufacturers and the pricing levels for the users highlighted on the left and clicking the Save button. I also can bulk edit the checkboxes for the users in this area for checks under General, selecting the options on the right for the users I have highlighted on the left. You also have the ability to bulk edit for users in the Reports tab, selecting your options on the right and choosing your users on the left and clicking the Save button. For territories, you can also bulk edit for territories for the users listed on the left, as well as file paths, so template open path and the template save path, checking the edit boxes and clicking the Save button, as well as regions, allowing you to bulk edit regions here in the Regions tab, selecting the region to assign to the users listed on the left and clicking the Save button. You also have the ability to export your users onto an Excel spreadsheet by clicking the Export Users button. You can also edit your sales zones by clicking the Edit Sales Zones option, choosing your current zone, making your changes, and seeing the users in the zone listed on the right. To add a new sales zone, you will click the green plus button. It will allow you to add a new sales zone. To delete a sales zone, you want to highlight and click the Delete button. Manager View will allow you to see that manager level and who is assigned to them listed in this grid. You'll see the manager and anybody that is assigned to his team. You can expand in this area or collapse all. And you have the classic view as well, which is here. That's the old Manage Users area. We thank you for viewing our video. If you have any questions, please email us at training@compasscontact.net.